Okay, today's topic is SAP Service Marketplace and its administration. uh, like every product manufacturer, SAP is also manufacturing product, but it is software. It need not have to be hardware. It can be any product. So it is manufacturing software products and selling it to customers. So like every other manufacturers, SAP also has to provide vendor support for the products they are providing to the customers. Okay, so for the same reason, SAP provides support to every vendor through uh, a portal called SAP Service Marketplace. Okay, this portal will have all the modes of communication or all the resources available from SAP side for each customer to work on their products or connect with SAP and get the issues resolved. Okay, so so to talk in definition terms, SAP Service Marketplace is a website or a platform or a portal that provides support for business applications, analytic solutions, and platforms support, including software downloads, license key generation, customer incident messages, and SAP Nodes database. Okay, this one portal provides all this content. To in this portal, we can log in with ID that is provided when a license is purchased by the customer. Using that login ID, we can log in and perform all these operations like downloading any softwares. In olden days, if you purchase any software from SAP, they courier software DVDs or CDs. Okay, if you purchase ECC from SAP, they will send DVDs or CDs based on the content size. Okay, courier to your billing address. So you can use those DVDs to do installations of ECC system. But that's olden days. Nowadays, they are providing everything in the website itself. You can download with the login user. Once you purchase any product, you will get a login user and password. With that login user, you can log in and download whatever products that are part of your license agreement. Okay. So once you install any application on your hardware, you need to provide license key in that system. Okay. Then only it will be actively running. Otherwise, it will be free for 30 days. But after that 30 days, it will ask for license key and it will stop allowing any user login. So in order to generate that license keys, you need to use this SAP Service Marketplace portal. There will be license section. In that, you have to register your installed system information like system ID and product name and other hardware key like that. Such information you need to give so that a license key can be generated based on the inputs. Okay, it will always be unique because the hardware key is unique for in every hardware. Okay. Apart from license generation, uh, if you have any issues in the product, you are facing some errors. Okay, you can write a incident request to SAP based on the product type, like production or non-production, and based on the severity of the issue. If there is any business loss, they will respond very quickly within 4 hours. If it is not causing any direct business impact, like revenue impact or anything related to money loss, they won't consider it as priority one. They will reduce the severity to high priority, not very high. Then they will respond in 24 hours. Okay, if it is non-production, they have a buffer period of 2 to 3 days to respond on your request. So like that, we can raise a incident to SAP in case we face any difficulty in solving any issues we are facing in our current systems. Okay. Apart from these facilities, there is one other facility that is called SAP Notes database. Okay. So as a first step, when you face any issue, you can go to this SAP Notes database or knowledge base. You can give the error message and search for any relevant issues that are any solutions SAP can provide for that through any recorded documents. Okay, those are called notes. Okay, if the issue we are facing is any frequently occurred or known issue, they will provide solution in any note form. And if it is related to any program bug or anything, they will provide a fix for that program in the same note. We can simply upload that note into SAP system using S-Note T code and apply it for the revised program to be updated in the system. Okay, be it a program or any object. So that's one additional feature they provide. Okay. So the URL for this site is https://support.sap.com. Okay, or you can simply go type in SAP support in Google search. You will get the first site as the correct site. Okay, once we open that site, we have to give the username and password to log in. Okay, the site appears like this. Here, here on the top right, we get a login option. If we click on that, it will allow us to log in with the customer ID. So if you are working in any customer, you can get ID from them directly. If you are working in any service-based company, consulting company, then you will provide support to customer. In that case, you need to reach out to customer to give us the service marketplace login ID. Okay, because the ID is generated for the customer only. Suppose you are working in TCS. TCS is not a end user. TCS is a service-based company. They provide SAP support to other companies like Nestle, say for example. So their customer like in the project support is for Nestle. In case you want to download any software or you want to raise any incident, you need to ask Nestle to provide their customer ID. Okay, their SAP support portal login ID. So each ID is created for the customer who purchased the license. Through their ID only, all the systems that are installed in the landscape will be registered and they will be available for raising incidents. Okay. So here in the main screen, you can see multiple options like report an incident, view incident, software downloads. Okay, whatever user they provide, that will be initial user. With that user, you can create multiple users in your organization. Okay, I mean, even those users are chargeable. So based on number of users required, they can create for this support portal also. Okay, so that administration facility is provided by SAP. Every customer can administer do their user administration. Then request keys. Request keys include license keys for applications. Then if anybody want to modify any standard objects or standard programs, they need to register the program details in the SAP site in the request keys section. Okay, for object changes, they have to register the object, then it will generate a key. Okay, in the system, when they do change, when they try to change, it will ask for the key, okay, that you generate here, so that SAP can ensure that authorized people are modifying the objects. This is one more security feature. Okay, So if anybody having SAP all access can modify object, then it is insecure, right? So having SAP all doesn't allow you to change anything, any object in the system. Okay, you have to have access to the service marketplace as well as complete access in the SAP application server. It's like a two-level security. Then manage remote connections. This is area where I mentioned RFCs. The same way you can establish connection from our application server to SAP sites terminal, so that they can log in and provide support in case we are having any issue in our system. We will give access to them through the managed remote connections. They will connect from their side and they will log into our application server and check the issues. Okay. This again with the customer approval, we can always open connection to our application servers. Okay. So these are the main functions and features of the SAP support portal. Okay. So let us talk about establishing the managing remote connections. Okay. So there, in order to securely allow SAP support team to connect to our application servers, they have introduced a concept called router. Okay. The router is a intermediate uh, application that runs, you can install on any Linux or Windows operating system, and this service will control which IP address is allowed to connect to our system, which IP address should be blocked to connect to our system. Okay, this service will be continuously running. Okay, this router service will have a route tab file. Okay, it will be a text file. In that file, we can feed in which IP addresses should be allowed to connect to our application servers. Okay, there will be a format like KP space source IP address, then port. Okay, or then target IP port, like that format will be there. Based on that information, the router service will allow or block the connections from external networks. Okay. So whenever this router service is stopped or shut down, SAP side consultants or SAP support team will not be able to connect to our systems, even though route tab file is having right information. Okay. So suppose, for example, we have an issue in our SR3 system. We want to raise an incident to SAP. We have raised it. They ask for connection. Okay. Allow them to log into our system. We have given information like username, password in the support portal for our SR3 system. But when they try to connect, they're getting issue. In that case, most probably router service is not running or something like that could be the issue. Okay, if the router service is down, the gateway is stopped. That's how it is scenario. Okay, so we have to start the router. Okay, even SAP side they use router. Okay, so our side router will be there, their side router will be there. So router is the main network gateway tool. Okay, so we don't have to bother about router from the on the SAP support side. In the customer landscape side, we need to ensure the router service is up and running. Okay. So once we ensure that router is up and route tab file is having the SAP side IP address and our IP address maintained properly in format to allow the connection, then SAP side they will be able to log into our systems through their support GUI. Okay. So this is also part of our support activities, because even if functional team creates a ticket to SAP support, when SAP wants to connect for that ticket, they still reach to us only, basis team, because we are owners for the SAP support portal. Okay, whatever features are available in support portal, we do the administration, even user administration, downloading the softwares, like that. Okay, any questions so far? Hello, any questions? Okay. Okay, let us check out the service portal directly now. Are you all able to see my screen? Are you all able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how the real portal is. In browser, we can access this portal. Okay. Here, there will be a login option. We'll click on that. I already have some old customer credentials. Let us see if the credentials are still active. Okay. The credentials are active. Okay. So I'm able to log in. Okay. So if I click on this, this is the user information. Okay. So without login user, it won't allow us to download softwares, or it won't allow us any of the features. Okay. We have to log in to use any of the feature. So let us try to download SAP GUI today. Okay. So this is the software download center. To perform any new installations or to perform any upgrades, okay, or any software content you want, you will find in this download center. So here, depending on the type of the activity, we need to select the category. If we are doing new installation, we can choose installation and upgrade. If we are doing a support package or patching, like already installation is done, on top of it is that installation we want to do patchings. Okay, so like a suppose in your local laptops Windows, you have installed Windows, but every 3 months you will get updates, right? So like that, if you want to do the download the updates for each product, you have to choose support package and patches. For example, on my desktop already SAP GUI is present. Okay. Let us do it in the remote server. Okay, fine. Uh, so this is the location for software downloads. If you want to do a new installation of any application, or if you want to download software related to new installation or upgrades, we can choose like we can search under installations and upgrades category. Or if you want to look for support packages or patch versions, we can find them in this section. Okay, so currently I installed already a SAP GUI. Its version is 770, patch is 10. Okay, so let us look for a patch which is latest. Okay, so here you can either type SAP GUI here and search. It will give so many results. If that's one way to search. Okay, we'll get an output like this. Or if we don't want to go through that method, we can choose categories. Like if we expand, uh, SAP GUI comes under front end tools. Okay, SAP, we can go by alphabetical, or we can go by category wise if we are familiar. Okay, so SAP GUI comes under front end components because it's a front end layer only, right? Not application layer. So in that front end components, so there are so many front end tools, but we want GUI for Windows. So in that, our current version is 7.0, sorry, 770. So let us look for patches in 770. My current patch is 10 already. Okay. So now latest available is 11. So I can download this and install to apply this patch on the existing GUI already. I have clicked on that file, it will be downloaded. Okay. So this is for SAP GUI. If you want to download a fresh content like a new installation, your laptop doesn't have any GUI, you want to do a new installation, then under installations and upgrades, you can find under categories, SAP front-end components. We want SAP GUI for Windows. In that 770 core we want to install. Then this is the latest available GUI software. Okay. So if you see the size, this is 670 MB. The patch we downloaded is on 120 MB only. So fresh installation requires the all content of the software. That's why it is 676. But patches are nothing but they are like bug corrections of components of the GUI software tool. So only whatever changes are made to the existing software are sent through the patch files. That's why patch file will be small in size. But actual complete GUI installation software will be around 600 GB to 700 GB. Okay. So we can download this and we can do installation of GUI on our local machines. So this is a GUI example. If you want to download any applications, like I want to download ERP. So we have to go to NetWeaver. So because the platform we use is NetWeaver for all the ABAP installations now, so we have to go to NetWeaver. In that SAP NetWeaver, currently 7.5 is available. So installation and upgrade. So we need to download all these contents. Here we get option to choose what is our OS. Our OS is Linux. Then we want to perform installations on HANA database. Then the software content will be different. So we need to download all these 19 files. Okay. All these 19 files are required for installation. So some files will be 5 GB, 3 GB like that. So the entire content need to be downloaded if we want to perform installations of a new application server. Okay. So this is how the software downloads can be done. Any questions so far? I mean, you get access to this portal only when you start working in any customer project. Okay. Until then, you might not find access to this portal. So just for knowledge purpose, theoretical purpose, you remember. Okay. Then apart from this, I have mentioned the knowledge or SAP notes, right? So here, when you open the initial screen, you can type in anything, any content you want to search, like Google search only. This will work. So enable SAP star user or SAP star user default password. Anything you want to search related to our work, you can type in here. Okay, it's having its own database, search database. So it will give options like this. So this left side, you can see SAP Notes and KBI is SAP's internal knowledge base, okay, database. But SAP community is there. That's like an open forum, okay, available over Google, okay, or internet. So if you want to look for any information, like people like us will post any queries in the portals, okay, in such forums. Okay, anybody can ask questions. If anybody know the answer, they will type the answer here. Okay, this is basically question and answer forums. Okay, so this person is telling, hi experts, I'm trying to create a new test user in security policy technical user. Does anyone know what attributes to set? Okay, so nobody answered this. If anybody answered it, this will be in a green tick mark. Okay, so someone replied asking like, I don't believe it can be done. I tried to export technical user like that. Okay, so this automatically finds relevant results from internet also and show here. If we find anything helpful in we can use it. Otherwise, we can look in the SAP's own database. Okay, SAP Notes database. Here, SAP star. Sometimes it won't show exact answer. We have to navigate and we have to look into the notes. Each note is having a number. Okay, they have a recorded number. Okay. Let us give default password and see what results will come. Or if that is not giving any answer, let us see reset SAP star password. How to reset? So if if you find any information related to our question, you can suppose, for example, this is looking relevant. You have to come to this note. Okay, this is the format of every note. Okay, they will mention the component information. Then there will be description section. In that they will say symptom. You want to reset the password of your BTP user. Then they will tell what is the cause of the issue. If there is any resolution, they will provide under the resolution. You have to follow these instructions. Okay, with the help of these instructions, you can fix your issue. Okay, so apart from that, you need to verify. Okay, the support product versions. Okay, it is saying this note or resolution is applicable to SAP Business Technology Platform all versions. Okay, BTP systems all versions. But if here it mentions specific versions only, then you have to check whether your system is coming into that category or not, like that. Okay, so this is how you can search for any solutions. Okay, so yesterday we have checked in ST22 some errors occurred, right? In that one of them is like it informed to look for copy paste this text in the service marketplace and look for any possible solution. So I gave this same information. So if there is any possible solution, it will show here. So here it is saying this following error is triggered while saving changes done to organization management tool model. Okay. So it is saying asynchronous update is activated that results in deadlock if the system load is high. Okay. Here it mentions the solution: implement the manual pre-implementation steps, implement the automatic attached corrections. So here, if there are any corrections, that indicates that it could be object changes in the system. If you check on the correction instruction, it will say what all number of correction instructions it had, and it will show the code changes. These are the program changes. Okay, so we can give it to any ABAP, that is developer, to perform this, or it is saying implement the manual pre-implementation steps. That means there are some steps we have to do manually. If we know how to do, or if we are authorized, we can do it. Otherwise, we have to give it to developers. Then we have to implement this note in the system. Okay, so we have to copy this note number. And there is a T code called S note. Okay, we have to open that S note T code. Even that application server should be configured to connect to SAP support portal. Okay, so that configuration need to be done during installation. Then the system will automatically download the nodes connecting to the support portal. Okay, otherwise without the internet connection to that application server and without access to the support portal, even it won't be able to download, right? So there are two methods to upload the node. One is if we already configured it to connect to support portal, it will download automatically. Second one is we can export the node. Okay, so here download for S node option is there. It will download as a file. Okay, if the connectivity is not established, we can download the file like this. Okay, so let me take you to the application server. This is our application server. This is the error. Okay, in the error it says look for this keyword in the service marketplace. Okay, then the T code I mentioned is S note. Okay, here click on download SAP note. If connection is already configured, you can just give the note number 3227680 and click execute. If connection is established, it will download the note automatically into the system and it will ask us to implement it. But if connection is not there, since this is demo server, I think connection is not established to SAP support. See, SAP online support connection is not available. So we'll do a manual upload of the note. So this is the downloaded note file. Okay, in the S-Note T code, upload SAP note. On the desktop, I have pasted this. So 308650. This is the file. You have to grant permission to download the file. So it's saying some corrupted content in the note. Let us look for any other note available. Okay, looks like this content is having some error. Typically, if each customer will have connection automatically, established to the application server directly, it will download whatever content is required. Okay. Uh, Suppose see there are already some notes available here. Okay. So like this, we can see the notes which are available. So if we upload any note or download any note, we can get like this, the note is displayed. The implementation state is undefined implementation state or yet to implement or waiting to implement can appear. Okay, we have to select the note, we have to click execute, implement SAP note. Then, okay, this is some random note I chose. But if it is a valid note that we can implement, it will take us to the next screen to apply that note in the system. Okay, so since this is having changes to objects, it will prompt for a transport. Okay, so we can have it have this note saved in transport number. We can release the transport in the next systems. We don't have to do this S node T code work again. We can simply move the transport request. Okay, that will move the changes to the quality and production systems automatically. Okay, so this is how we make temporary corrections or any note corrections that SAP provides for incidents we face. Okay, any questions on the notes concept? I mean, this database will have notes database will have so many nodes. Okay, you can find like 50% of your issues can be found here. Solutions for the issues can be provided like found in this node site. Okay, so this we will use on day-to-day basis. This will help us a lot because we can't remember everything, right? So we can't remember, there can be like millions of different types of issues occurring for different customers. So we can't memorize everything. Uh, it's like a commonly used search platform. Okay, nobody expect you to remember how to fix any issue. Okay, if it is like regularly happening in your customer landscape, then you will remember. Otherwise, you can always go to knowledge base SAP support portal and look for the solutions. Okay, any questions so far? Hello. Okay, so I'll just show you one last thing. How to raise an incident to SAP. So in the screen, if you see on the top, you can see multiple options. Or in the initial screen, you can see report an incident or view already raised incidents. If you click on raised incidents, it will show what all incidents we have raised to SAP till now, and the status of each of the incidents will appear here. It's trying to load. So within last 4 weeks, based on the category, nothing is there. We have so many filters that we can choose. So these are the incidents raised to SAP in the past 4 weeks, raised or modified or updated incidents. Okay, SAP has replied in this incident. For example, let me open this. So under the details, we can see this incident is created on 28 February by Potenza support user. This is like customer only. This is the customer information. Okay, one of the functional team raised this issue. Okay, uh, here you can see the information they mentions. I could not simulate AA55, but different other errors like this. So based on the issue, they will write the description. You can see the communication that happened for this from both parties. So SAP has mentioned that I received like this. Disclosed provide. Okay, the issue still exists. They say from customer side. Then they says, have you checked this note? Okay, let us see what this note says. So SAP also provides solutions in the form of notes only. Okay. So this is matching with the description. So that's why they provided this note. So this note says the correction of the long text is implemented by support package. So it says this note is applicable for S4 core component, these versions. If the system for which the incident is raised is in this component range, then it is applicable. So they are saying you have to apply support package to get the corrections or issue fixed. Okay. Or if you want to, because support package application, applying support package is a big task. It will have so many components and it will take a lot of time. If they don't want like that, if they want a short fix, then they can apply this note in the S-Note T code. Okay. So like this, download and then upload, or if the system is already configured for connection to SAP support, they can download it directly in the system and execute it. Then it will be implemented and it might fix the issue they are facing. Okay, so they asked to check this. Then the user is telling, yes, we have implemented. Also, logon data is maintained. Okay, but still issue is not resolved, I think. So then SAP is telling, do this. Like this, the interaction happens. Okay. So if you see, this might not be a production P1 issue. So the response time is like on 28th they raised, so SAP replied on 3rd. Okay. Again, user checked on 7th and replied. Then SAP took 10 days. Like, okay. So on 7th they have replied. Again, user took 10 days to check inbox. Okay. So afterwards, SAP tried to respond within few hours only. If you see, this is the user reply. Okay. Then within 3 hours, SAP replied on this. Okay. User mentioned we perform manual activity, but still issue is not resolved. Then SAP replied, okay, I could not simulate, therefore bring the close. They have asked to do these things in the system again. So if you see 11:49 on 20th, the customer and user sent a response. They have responded in 3 hours. Like that, SAP will provide help, okay, for any issues we face. Be it related to basis or functional, they will provide support. But don't expect immediate response for non-high priority requests. Okay. If we know the solution, we can search and do it on ourselves. Otherwise, if we can't find from anywhere, we can reach out to SAP. And this ticketing system is not chargeable, like free support until the license is valid for our system. Okay, you can raise any number of tickets. Okay, for any silly issue also you can raise a ticket. They will reply. Okay. So these are existing incidents. If you want to create a new incident, you have to click report an incident. It will ask few inputs like our system details. Okay, it will ask for description. It is loading. So it will ask the customer number. If customer is having multiple customer IDs, it's like that. Then system like this. So after installation of each system, we need to register the system in the portal. Then only it will be able to identify the system. Okay. Then whatever is star is mandatory. We'll give the product area. If it is S4 HANA Finance, we'll give like that. If it is ECC, we'll give ECC like that. Okay. Then here short description. Okay. Unable to open S-Note T code. Okay. Suppose we are not able to open S-Note T code in our system, then if it is giving any error, we can give them all the details. This error is occurring and all. Once we finish all the information, okay. Once we fill in all the information here, we'll get an option to review and submit. If we click that, it will send the ticket to the SAP support. Okay. So once we finish creating ticket, we can view in the report any like a view incident section. We can check frequently, or if any mail ID is already saved in this ID with which we logged in and registered ticket, we'll get automated mail to that mail ID if any response comes from SAP. Okay. So it is essential to have this knowledge for a basis consultant on how to raise incidents to SAP, how to check the incidents. Okay, functional team might not know. Some functional teams, based on the experience, they know how to access the tickets they have raised, but they always reach to basis. Okay, for all the support portal related help. Okay, sometimes they will ask us to raise the incidents. They will share the description and some content. So in that case, we should be capable to raise incidents. This will be part of our day-to-day activity. Okay. Any questions so far? This is similar to any product support. Okay. You purchased any product, you will have a helpline, right? Through mobile, or you can send mail to, suppose you bought a laptop. Okay. You need support. Suppose you bought it from some website like Flipkart. You can raise, if you have any issues, you have their toll-free number, call them and ask for support, right? Like some product is damaged, or if it is in warranty, you will call them and say it is in warranty, I need support. Send a pickup person to take it and fix the issue. Like that. The same way, SAP also provides support. Okay, it is mandatory to provide support by all manufacturers. They will provide. And we didn't develop this product, so we don't have complete knowledge on the product. We are just service providers. So for that reason, we should always know how to reach to SAP where for getting complete support on the product issues. Okay, because see the programs we use, we didn't code them. Okay, those are coded by SAP only, right? So only they know how to correct them or how to modify them, what is the content of the code and all. Okay. Any questions so far? Mani, Murthy, Shivkumar.
No.